Okay, welcome back. Okay. Gonzaga leads Georgia 21-3. Okay. Auburn is destroying Alabama State. I needed a break. A long day of streaming, so of course I took a break. I played City Skylines. VCU is trailing BYU 34-26, 1:25 left in the first half. McNeese beating Clemson 43-24, 3:10 left in the second. I picked Clemson. I don't think that's going to last very long. Georgia losing to Gonzaga by a lot, 21-3, 13:10 left in the first half. Okay. Oh, and we've got an injury and an official review. Georgia players down. Gene Sarator, rules analyst for both the NFL and college basketball. Oh, there's injuries on 2 of the games. Rams score. Okay, 23-3 Gonzaga over Georgia. This is not looking good for Georgia. Unlike what Mackey kept claiming, although no one else is watching, the device that I'm watching through my dad's account, and so I can see the chat. Yes, I know. Okay. McNeese looking like they're going to pull off the upset, and that is home. Auburn scores 70-47. Auburn. 45-27 McNeese. Gonzaga 25, Georgia 3. Wow, this is just domination by Gonzaga so far. Yeah, that's why you don't get overconfident. Otherwise, you're gonna have this happen. To make sure that you're not too overconfident. Otherwise, what's going on to Georgia will happen. Hi. Just started part 2.
What was part 1?
I just early games. I did do screen time as City Skylines.
Oh, you flood some more?
Well, I'm getting ready to.
Oh boy.
A few of them. Currently, Auburn's beating Alabama State 70-51.
70-51.
Uh huh.
How many viewers you got?
So far, one.
All right.
Just this iPad.
Okay. Cool. High flat GD.
And we got another viewer.
Number 2?
Uh huh.
Do you know who?
Not fully sure who, but I have an idea.
Cool.
Okay. Currently, Auburn is beating Alabama State 70-51. Welcome to part 2 of this stream. BYU is beating VCU. Gonzaga is destroying Georgia. And McNeese is looking like they're going to pull off the upset against Clemson. Any reaction? You can mention it in the chat. BYU scores to make it an 11-point game, as that game is going to enter halftime. What? And it's stuck behind the backboard. It's stuck. Oh, they just got it unstuck. The shot went over the backboard. It just got, Gonzaga's leading 27-3. You can use the chat if you want to ask any questions or make a comment. Largest comeback this season for Georgia, 17 points versus South Carolina State. Wait. Oh. Kay Mackey, who is claiming, Georgia's going to win it all. Well, they had to come back against South Carolina State? Wow, that's really problematic. Georgia scores for the first time in quite a bit. It's now 27-5. Yes, Georgia hasn't even gotten into the double digits. They're losing 27-5 against Gonzaga. Auburn's beating Alabama State 72-51. McNeese leading 47-27, looking like they're going to pull off the upset. Any reaction from anybody watching, you can use the chat. You may use the chat if you want. (72-51) Auburn over Alabama State, although earlier it was much closer. Any questions or anything that you may think will happen? (72-51) Auburn still 39 left in the half. 10 minutes, 10 seconds left in the McNeese game, second half. Mackie, if you are watching, please explain why Gonzaga is destroying Georgia. Auburn 74, Alabama State 51, 25 left. 74-53, Auburn lead. Mackie, if you are watching this, in the chat, explain why Georgia is being demolished by Gonzaga. 27-5. (47-29) Clemson. And trails to McNeese. Clemson trailing McNeese, and Gonzaga with the three. It's now 30-5. Gonzaga destroying Georgia. Yes, Georgia has 5 points through nearly 10 minutes of play. That's a problem for Georgia. And the Bulldogs score. Georgia Bulldogs score. It is now 30-7. And Georgia gets the ball back. Georgia is losing, yes. By a lot. We're nearing 10 minutes into the half, and Georgia has yet to even get into double digits, and a three, and they get it. They're finally in double digits it's now 30-10. That Georgia just hit a three. They just got into double digits in points. Yeah, Georgia's not doing well. I'm not sure if Mackie wants to be confronted about it. Looks like Clemson is going to be upset. Auburn is most likely going to win. Georgia, honestly, I don't see them winning. The fact that it took nearly 10 minutes for them to get into double digits into points and allowed 30 points in that same span. And stoppage in play in the Georgia Gonzaga game. Alabama State is going to be eliminated. Auburn ball leading 74-53 with 4:24 left. BYU leads at the half. McNeese looking like they're going to pull off the first big upset of the tournament, which is not going to do well for either my ESPN or March Madness live brackets, except for the upset heavy one. Oh, a slam, alley-oop slam by Auburn. Never mind. Maybe. 8:47 left in the first half of the Gonzaga Georgia game, and it's 30-10 Gonzaga still. Sorry. And still 30-10 Georgia ball. If this were football, Georgia would be killing Gonzaga, but it's basketball, and Gonzaga's killing Georgia. Auburn 76, Alabama State 53, with 4 minutes remaining in the first half, second half. And Georgia's throwing some free throws, so currently VCID Alabama State scored. Georgia just got one of their free throws. Yeah, Georgia is being killed by Gonzaga. Unfortunately, I have to have a good thing that we're not in the SIU Edwardsville situation, Houston game situation where, well, both of them are technically, I believe both of them have the Bulldogs mascot, but at least both of them is a little more manageable to say not Houston versus SIU Edwardsville. This has Georgia versus Gonzaga. It's a lot easier to say. Auburn leads 76-55. It's safe to say that Auburn's likely going to win that game, although it was a lot closer earlier on. Georgia leads trails Gonzaga 30-12. 7:55-ish left in the first half. VCU trails BYU 39-28. My bracket is both of my brackets are gonna be busted. Both my ESPN and my March Madness Live are gonna be busted. Yeah, I was correct that my bracket wasn't lasting through day one without being busted. Fortunately, all of my Final Four picks are still alive. Some of them aren't playing till tomorrow. Auburn 79, Alabama State 55 after a 3. McNeese is likely going to pull off the upset, leading 51-29. Tennessee versus Wofford coming up on TNT. I have Tennessee winning that game. Hopefully Wofford doesn't have anything to say about it. Well, they're probably going to try. Of course they're going to try it. Free throw by Alabama State goes in. Well, Auburn just may have path to the Final Four was made a little easier earlier when Creighton beat Louisville, as these games are being played in Kentucky. If you have any questions, you may ask it in the chat. $79-57, Auburn leads with 1:50 left in the half. Oh. Just. Well, 82-59 Auburn. They're going to win with 1 minute remaining. Gonzaga winning 30-12 still, 7:55 left. And Gonzaga has free throws. The Houston one, of course. George, and apparently Gonzaga couldn't quite get any points. However, Georgia trying to come back after. At one point, they were trailing 21-3. Still, bet they had to go through bad. And Auburn, with 20 seconds left, will win this game. We'll move on to the second round. They'll face the Creighton Blue Jays. Welcome if you just joined in. It's March Madness. If you have any questions, you may ask it in the chat. Currently, Auburn is going to beat Alabama State. McNeese looking like they're going to pull off the upset against Clemson. Gonzaga destroying Georgia 33-12. And there's one other game I just can't quite seem to have to wait till the end of commercial for that game. Or BYU is leading at the half against VCU. I got the Tigers winning the championship this year, and since they moved on, McNeese still looking like is going to pull off the upset. Is there any other CBS? Next up on CBS, Arkansas versus Kansas. Which is coming up after the Tennessee Wofford game. Okay. Whoever's watching, I'm guessing Ben, what do you think of the fact that Georgia's being killed by Gonzaga? Currently, BYU leads 39-28 at the half in Denver. Clemson is going to be upset, most likely. Free throws missed by Georgia. It's 35-16. (35-16) Gonzaga over Georgia. Georgia. It's a run.
All cyber shots.
Gonzaga gets the rebound.
You had lunch and you want lunch?
I do want lunch.
Mac and cheese or soup?
Soup.
Lentil or golden lentil?
Lentil.
Got it.
Fifth, McNeese looks like they're going to upset Clemson.
Really?
The biggest upset of the tournament so far.
Right. Go upsets.
Gonzaga's killing Georgia,
Whew.
as Georgia just scored. Say that just as Georgia scored. 35-18, Gonzaga over Georgia. Bulldogs get the Gonzaga Bulldogs get the score. 37-18. And Clemson is starting to come back. 51-38. They're on a run. (37-20) Georgia, and they get an end one. They may come back. VCU gets the ball to start the second half. Hi. Clemson trying to come back, but they may have ran out of time to do so. What game did my coin flip get wrong? Oh, I got that one wrong. Oh, I got Louisville going that far. Oh, that's not. Oh, no, said about going to the Final Four. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Let's see. Yep. Set bracket already has 1 point, mainly due to the Creighton game. But so, yeah, it's not doing too well. Yeah, the upset bracket's not doing too well. Well, it does have Georgia winning, but then who knows? Also, although likely get points off of McNeese. Well, it will. Its champion's already done. It's the upset one had Alabama State, but both of them, but it's out. Both, nope, it is out. ESPN. Let's check in on my ESPN bracket. Wait, hold on. Is this bracket still perfect? Okay, I'm just taking a screenshot of this, of my ESPN bracket. Yeah, it went 4 games, and my ESPN bracket has still remained perfect. But that's not lasting too long. That isn't. Yeah. Unless Clemson can pull off complete the comeback, my ESPN bracket's toast. Now, how? This bracket has remained perfect, I'm not sure. I'm honestly surprised it's still perfect after all this time. But then Clemson is just losing. That's gonna suck for the bracket itself. Now, how my ESPN bracket is so perfect, I don't know. Yeah, my ESPN bracket lasted the longest. Maybe I should have stuck with my original picks if I wanted to keep them alive, but then not to. Gonzaga's going back to dominating. Clemson, you are actually relatively close. $3.10. how my bracket is still perfect. I don't know. My ESP. I took a screen. My ESPN bracket is still perfect.
No way.
But then McNeese is not doing anything to help keep it have it remain perfect.
Who?
McNeese is beating Clemson. However, I have Clemson moving on.
Oh, okay. Hi, dog. What's up?
How about? Oh, he picked Stephanie. Picked Louisville. Ah, too bad. Here's Final Four. Still intact. BYU beating VC. Oh, that's getting out of hand. Gonzaga gets the shot. It's a may have been a 3. Okay, no one. ChatGPT has 4 points.
Really?
In the March Madness bracket, he's gotten all but one of their games incorrect. My coin flip has gotten 2 incorrect. One of which was in his final. That team was in their final 4. The upset every game is not doing well. As you might expect, its champ is already gone. That. Clemson trying to come back, down by 9. Somehow my ESPN bracket is still perfect.
How can that be? Totally random luck. I would guess.
My ESPN bracket is so perfect, but then it's not going to be perfect for long. Especially with
See a loss coming?
one Clemson losing to McNeese, and also not to mention Georgia being killed by Gonzaga. Just saving the last moments of my perfect bracket. If you're coming, I was just looking at some of my brackets. I just realized that my ESPN bracket is still perfect.
No way.
I already mentioned it to you.
Oh, you're on the air?
Uh-huh.
Sorry, I didn't know.
However, it's not going to be perfect for long. One, Clemson is losing. Yeah, Clemson's going to lose. There goes my perfect bracket on ESPN. Plus, not to mention Georgia's being killed by Gonzaga. I do have photo evidence of it being perfect. At one point, my ESPN bracket lasted much longer than my March Madness live bracket. Right now, my March Madness with ChatGPT. race with ChatGPT for. I built one with ChatGPT where both have 4 points. Although Clemson's getting close. That's a 4-point game. BYU leading VCU 56-39. Oh, and it looks like he's got the ball. If you are watching, please chat any hot takes that you may have. I would like to see what you think is going to happen, no matter how outrageous. Although I will probably call you out for it. Oh, it's a 3-point game in the Clemson. And a foul. McNeese leads by 4. They're likely going to win. There goes my perfect bracket. And in but too late for Clemson. McNeese pulls off the upset, and there goes my perfect bracket on ESPN. There's only 7 million perfect brackets left
Holy cow.
on ESPN. Oh, Louisville took out 13 million brackets on ESPN. Just testing out something. BYU leads by 10, 60-50.
This is just a test, a piece of code that I wrote from scratch.
I did not get the McNeese game right. No. Gonna end this stream.
Okay. Think you talking to me?
Uh-huh.
I'd rather respond now. I don't know if you're on the air or not.